Hi, guys and gals. Welcome back to another comic review. This time I'm going to talk about Falling in Love on the Path to Hell, issue 5, by Gerry Duggan, Gary Brown, and Chris O'Halloran. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right. So this is this awesome cover. I actually didn't get a chance to pick this up when it came out last week because the shop didn't have it, so I had to order it off of eBay. But it was a really, really awesome book. And it starts by opening with tales of where Asami, the samurai, began her life. And she was promised to someone who she didn't love. Once he realized that he was going to be alone, then he killed himself in this manner. But to bring further disgrace, they cut his head off. But then she learns more about McWraith, her cowboy, as well. She learns that he doesn't like confined spaces. She learns that there's so much more to him than she ever thought. So they've come to terms with that they care about each other. They've also come to terms that each of them has a particular set of skills that strengthens one another. But at the end, they get introduced to another character who tells them to stay out of the trees. And I'm not going to ruin the last page, but that character is known as the Butcher. And he hit them with arrows that had sleeping properties. So McWraith went down first, and then Asami went down. The artwork in this book is very solid. It continues showing the strengths of each character. It shows their resolve, and it shows how they want to get out of hell, how they want to get out of this purgatory. And the only way that they know how to do that is to continue to grow, just as Asami blindfolds herself and wants to learn more about the nature of where they are at. She also decides to make these very sharp shells that she can use as defensive weapons. But she also finds out that McWraith is an artist. I can't show you that page, but she finds out in a very interesting way that makes her look at him quite differently. And am I the only one, or do these two panels and pages look very much like something Tom Mandrake? Especially this face right here looks very, very Tom Mandrake, in my opinion. But this is one of the more interesting indie titles that I'm reading, because it's building not only a world, but it's building a life for these two characters, along with Mohan and all of the other characters that have been in this title from the get-go. It builds upon that they're dead, but it builds upon their relationship. It builds that even though they are dead, they can be so much more than what heaven and hell try to tell them to be. So, anyway, just thought I would talk about that book for a few minutes, guys. This is a really awesome cover on this one as well. And if you're not reading this title, I would definitely say pick it up, give it a shot. It should be coming out, I think, with issue 6 with a trade paperback after that. So if you haven't had a chance, maybe just wait on the trade. But I would say that if you're a fan of romance books, if you're a fan of books that have a lot of characterization and world building and just getting to know these characters. You know, comics are not real. The characters are not real. But a good writer and a good artist can craft a story that makes these characters very, very much believable. And that's why I've loved Spider-Man for all these years. And consequently, why I didn't like the Zeb Wells run is because I think he brought out the worst in John Romita Jr., and I think that he brought out the worst in Peter's character, and he decimated the trust that Nick Spencer had built up for Peter and MJ. So that's why I didn't much care for that particular run. But anyway, if you do like good stories, if you do like good art, if you do like good characterization, I would definitely say check out Falling in Love on the Path to Hell, and this was issue number 5.